middle now. What the hell is that?
That's a lot of axes.
Is that an axe? Wow-wee!
Perfect pause on the whirling axes flying out. You know what? Now that Richard isn't listening, I'll tell him what I think.
Bulba draft.
Bulba draft.
What does that even mean? There's no storm spirit.
Yeah, that makes no sense to me. Okay, so I am a big fan of Dawnbreaker, as you know, the hero.
You're obsessed, some would say.
I like playing that hero, and what I mainly look for when I pick this is, do I have multiple heroes on the team that can set up aggressive ults? And am I really combo breaking something from the enemy team? And do I have a good laning stage? And in this game, you're playing against what you're supposing will be Gyro Chen. I think that is definitely a playable lane, and you have the Tusk lane partner, which is insane damage.
Yep.
Together with the tag team. You're counter-initiating Puck really well. At the time Dawn got picked, Puck was not chosen, I believe. So obviously that just, yeah, Puck was the last pick for the side of Heroic. But I think this is a really good Dawn game, both offensively and defensively. So I'm excited to see Nico play it. I hope he can put up a good performance, as it is the first game for the hero in the entire tournament so far. Heroic's lineup is, like the panel talked about, really strong in that mid-game portion around the first Tormentor, the 20-minute mark, maybe the first Roche with Corrosive Haze and the Chen army. But they perhaps are a little bit lacking in the damage department when I look at it, until Gyro really picks up. Like Puck will get a Witchblade and then Dagger, and then maybe, you know, start working toward that Parasma, and then when you get there, that's when Puck really starts dealing damage. But my biggest worry for Heroic is that part of the game where if you get baited into the wrong types of team fight, where Dawn can come and combo break you and Pango can combo break you, I actually think the fights are going to be pretty difficult for them to take. So we'll see. With a good laning stage, of course, anything is possible for Heroic. We've seen a couple of their games this tournament where they have just completely popped off of a good start. And you know the man to watch for that is always going to be Schofield. On the Clockwork this time, one of his greatest.
Sorry, did you say something?
I did.
Whisper is found by Yopaj. Welcome, everybody, to game number 1 in this best of 3 between OG and Heroic. The new OG, the OG that doesn't get eliminated immediately when the tournament starts.
Oh.
Showing some promise. Love to see it. Good for the scene.
Yep.
I mean, I've been excited. When I saw this on the schedule, and this is going to be a hype best of 3. Both teams very exciting to watch. And Heroic, obviously a lot more experience with each other versus the OG lineup. Although, I say that, feels like the SEA teams, the players get shuffled so much. They've probably been on teams together like 4 different times, for all I know.
I guess the newest addition here is Nico.
Yeah. Yeah. Tim's has been on like every team. He's awesome, though. And the first hero I think of is Tusk, actually, for him. So he's going to pop that tag team, apply some pressure to Divide.
3 bounties to start for Heroic, was it? Yeah. A little bit of a head start for them. King Jungles will be fighting Schem. Now that this has been in the game for a while, what do you think about this Chen convert thing?
Bit forced, maybe?
Because I think every game is just mana burn. Like, almost every game.
That's not true. We've seen the potato.
We have. But almost every game is mana burn, and you do one of 2 things. You either mana burn the support in the lane, or you send it mid and win mid. And I don't know. There's just something about this that's a bit silly to me.
So one-dimensional is what you're saying.
I guess. I suppose so. I think it would be interesting if you took the Mind Stealer out of the rotation. So you remove that option, and then maybe you buff Chen in some other way. So I think it's...
Yeah, that seems reasonable. Or create a new neutral creep entirely. You know?
But just remove the Soul Stealer from the game.
You know, it would be fun if there's a percentage chance when you take over a creep. It's like a loot box. You get something stronger, like a Prowler pops out.
Valve will definitely like that idea.
Yeah, true. But, well, you have. They would only like it if you pay for the key to open that crate. So, I don't know if that's going to work with that mechanic exactly.
Open the mystery cage for a neutral.
Honestly, it does sound fun if you can make that somehow work with the numbers. But anywho, Whisper and Yopaj in the mid lane. Pango versus Puck. Seen this 1,000 times before, but always an interesting matchup, I feel, especially in the mid to late game. If you can get that silence onto the Pango, absolutely hates it. The coil as well. Then you get the roll up. It feels like this matchup goes back and forth throughout the game.
Yeah. It's less straightforward than it used to be, where Puck was just a counter pick. I think Pango has more options now, and also maybe does better in lane than he used to, in addition. Most of the time it's just kind of a wash, I think, in that matchup in the lane, but that's good enough for Pango a lot of the time. And of course, as covered in this game, I think it's a little bit different in nature, because if you get coiled on Pango and the enemy team tries to go and kill you, there's a Dawnbreaker ult the whole game. So
yep,
that can counteract it quite well. And I would also say something I was thinking about when I see Corrosive Haze, a lot of the time I really like seeing Corrosive Haze with multiple instances of physical damage. We had a really cool draft earlier this tournament. I forgot which team played it, but they played Slardar with Pango and Snapfire and one more. They had ridiculous amounts of minus armor, and they had minus armor spell or physical damage spells. In this case, who are you really Corrosive Hazing for? It's just Gyro. And Gyro isn't even a focus fire carry. So
I mean, do you really think that that's a requirement necessarily?
Not necessarily.
Like Slardar's pretty solid regardless.
He is, but I think when you play him as an offlaner, that becomes increasingly important. I think when you're playing him mid, you're taking a lot more of advantage of the other aspects of the hero, but in the offlane, you're not getting much value out of the river bonus. You don't win a lot of matchups at a pro level, especially. You see this troll matchup is going to be really hard for Devi. So, I don't know. I question the way in which Heroic picked the hero this game with what they saw and what their plans were. Maybe they wanted to put Slardar mid and they pivoted, but was Puck good enough to justify that? I guess is the question. We'll see.
We'll see once the laning stage ends, but so far, Yopaj is doing great. 21-4 versus the 19-1 of Whisper. By the way, I think we briefly touched on it. The fact that Whisper is playing mid takes some getting used to, but I think it goes without saying considering their results, but he has been awesome. I love this new role for him.
Yeah, he's really good. He's always been one of the, in my opinion, one of the best mechanical offlaners in terms of lane mechanics. Just so that part of the skill is very easily transferable. I think the harder part is the movement and the hero pool. But funnily enough, a lot of the heroes that he plays
he played Enigma mid lane.
He has played so many different heroes in general in the offlane too. He's just a very diverse player. So you take a diverse player with a deep hero pool, whose biggest strength as a player in my eyes is his laning. Of course he's going to be good in mid.
Yeah. And mid lane basically a wash at this point. Yopaj with a slight lead. And once he gets that Rolling Thunder, it's still going to be hard to catch Whisper off guard, so probably nothing to come unless a teammate comes to assist for the 6-minute power rune.
Would be an interesting time for a Clockwork rotation, I think.
Yeah, Clockwork, very annoying for the Pango players out there. Rolling Thunder can basically just be nullified completely depending on how the bounces go. And this, I'm a little surprised there hasn't been a kill in this top lane. I thought that they'd be very aggressive with the Starbreaker tag team combo.
That was very close to him not getting out of the cogs there. I think, yeah, he should consider himself lucky he didn't die there. It's time for the 6-minute rune to come up, and you can see Schofield already has the plan we talked about. So starting to set up in that top area, wants to rotate over. Also having a little scout at the neutrals. Okay, confirms that there's a minor stack. Yopaj does hit the first level 6 of the game here, but obviously not really going to be able to do much to Puck, but let's see the runes. Who gets lucky? The rotation coming over from Tim's 2. Spurs 6. And the runes bottom. Uneventful.
Well, it is Arcane, so... Wait, is he holding a point right now on Pango?
Yeah.
Okay. With the Arcane rune, I think you can kind of go ham and apply some pressure. You don't have to necessarily get a kill. Forcing Whisper out for the time being. Fortification pop. There's the coil. So already a lot of damage done to Yopaj with the Illusory Orb to follow. I don't think they can finish the job without Schofield, but he's going to get caught by Tim's instead, or is it the other way around? Inside the cogs. Yopaj still has that ult and the arcane rune. The duration's still there. Misses the swash, but should be able to find this kill nonetheless. And always feels really good with the arcane rune. We'll have that back up and running. Okay, didn't bounce as much as I thought he would. Double jump. One more right click would suffice. Can he actually catch up? It doesn't look like it. And a tree planted just to make him a little bit more safe. So Schofield actually lives.
Oh, if Yuma wins this fight, it's big.
Yeah, and he might just do that. Call down is placed. Natsumi comes to play as well. Rocket Barrage is something to truly fear, but now the numbers in OG's favor. Yuma, of course, does get the Wisdom Shrine. TP cancel is not there. Scam too slow. So Heroic get away with murder.
This is huge. They got both Wisdoms. Yuma with the steal can bully out the Dawn. They TP over Troll to try to help. He's too late. This is very big for Heroic. We've talked about this game, how, you know, the OG lineup can play around these levels with Dawn ulti and whatnot. Delaying that allows Chen to really run the show. You can see the nice net worth advantage they already have. The two top cores, especially Gyro, creating some separation by now. And the support levels reaching level, or the support's reaching level 6 slowly. I feel like Tusk a lot of the time just becomes such a liability when he doesn't get a Wisdom.
All right, Schofield, do you have another one of these in your... He actually dodges, yeah.
I don't want to know if I wouldn't call that a dodge.
He dodged it real hard.
He'll die.
As Scam, that's first blood. I didn't realize we hadn't had a kill yet.
8 minutes.
Yeah. So OG on the board first.
Yopaj has missed an uncharacteristic number of swashbuckles in this game so far. I was gonna say maybe a bit rusty, but he's literally Grandmaster T on this hero. So, no excuse. Just do better.
And what are your thoughts on Troll this game as a hero?
The matchup against Slardar was a really big part of why they picked it. I also think he has a good matchup into Gyro. As established, Gyro doesn't do the heftiest single target damage to a hero like Troll, so a lot of the time you do get to realize the value of your ult. You're playing it with Tag Team, which on paper is insane damage against a single target. But his start, honestly, isn't that great. He's 500 behind the Gyro. The rotation over to protect the Wisdom obviously was costly, but it's mostly just how much Slardar's got that's surprising me. Device looking quite healthy. Is 3.3k. Going Soul Run into Blink, pretty standard stuff on Slardar.
Yopaj should be getting the defusal after a few more creeps. And we'll see what he can do with that. Yeah, but you're right. Devi off to a pretty good start, all things considered. And looks to be in first item, Blink Dagger, which he'll be working on, still quite a ways away. What do you want to see on Nico for the other offlane?
Yeah, so we had this phase for like, I want to say almost, is it half a year by now? At least 3 months, where seemingly every game was just rush Ags, right? It got nerfed by a second, and I do think that makes quite a big difference for the value proposition. So I think sometimes nowadays people just default to it a bit too often. I don't think in this game it's important that you immediately arrive, nor is the heal. So I would rather see him get something else. He's currently queuing up Vanguard. I'm assuming just wants Crimson against the Gyro and Slardar and Chen creeps. Kind of like the sound of it. I think it's, yeah, that's a nice pick. I think Crimson might just be the best item here. It does, of course, when you go Crimson, you are very much so limiting your damage. You don't get the damage from, and the extra value from the Ags. You don't get the stats. So you're effectively saying, Troll and Pango, you guys deal.
Yeah.
But you have Jakiro as your 5, which definitely helps in that. I think it's important when you make itemization decisions as a core that you don't only consider whether your other cores can do the output, but when the 5 is a Jakiro, it does allow the 3 to be a little more supporty.
Schofield, look at the support differential in terms of XP is pretty absurd at the moment. You're going to use the hookshot on the Jakiro, actually, so Skem, focus for now. Good ice path. The coil is placed. It's just on the Jakiro, though. And I think he might live through this. Well, despite the rotation, Heroic come up empty.
Yeah,
that is, I mean, with the Jakiro not even being level 6, Tim's just hit level 6 recently.
They're being cautious not to overextend because they know Dawn can join. So you need to feel very confident in the kill when there's that threat coming from the other side of the map. This damage. Oh!
Going for the rolling. Okay. Oh, he fakes it out. All right, well, no more Illusory Orb. Inhibits Whisper.
Successfully baited a Slaughter TV there.
And Whisper gets a very good rune in the regen. Natsumi will be the Battle Fury as per norm. Any variation to the carry builds this game for either here? I feel like Gyro with this Chop Shop innate, we've been seeing a little bit more creativity.
Yeah.
It was like for a long time it was extremely cookie cutter.
I think in this game there's no reason to deviate from standard build on Gyro. And it does, based on his quick buy, he isn't going to either.
Well, Tim's finds Schofield. Ice Shard kind of blocks in Whisper for the time being. He's completely out of mana now. Bounces left and right. And just like that, the smoke attempt from OG also comes empty.
It's funny to see how the panel talked about how Heroic in general has been a very, action-packed and active team who love fighting and brawling to get their advantage. Have 0 kills at 13 minutes. And are playing in a more like slow strategic game here. I do feel like a big part of it is that this is their way of dealing with Dawnbreaker. They're a team that's no stranger to how this hero works and what to do about it. And I suppose from their perspective, as long as their cores are happy and farming, they don't mind. They know that the big timing for them is going to be the 20-minute window. So whatever you can do to be as strong as possible by then is probably the right thing to do. Schofield trying to be cheeky here. This just might work. Nobody from OG is over here at all.
Get another double Wisdom Shrine. Like
he can counterplay Nico here with the right cog placement. Potentially. He can get the cog into knockback.
Yeah, Nico's actually on the outskirts too, so this could very well work. Goes inside, Schofield. There, the attempt.
He needs the knockback.
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't commit. Not far enough anyway. Schofield will pay the ultimate price. As Whisper actually kills off Yopash, so a much bigger kill on the other side of the map. So regardless, Heroic will be happy. Scam
extra
drops as well.
Yeah, if nothing else on clock, you force the rotation from Tusk, which means he can't be here. Protecting the bigger heroes. And we have effectively now reached a level 10.5 Dawnbreaker that has yet to cast ult. Which I would say is probably Heroic's crowning achievement in this game, is giving OG 0 openings. There has not been a single offensive ult or defensive. They've been careful not to overstep, and they've been doing a good job not getting caught out by anything from Tim's.
Yeah, that is true. There's only been 4 kills in the game total, so not that much opportunity at all.
Dawn is very unhappy when the game is going like this. It's a huge part of the hero's kit and why you pick this hero. On top of that, when you then also don't go a farming build, it feels like every minute you spend in the jungle, you feel like you're losing. Because if you at the very least had a farming build, you were scaling.
Right, stun locked and killed. Nice setup there for OG.
Find something here.
And off the back of Natsumi now having this Battle Fury into the Yasha. Considering the amount of disables, assume this will be an SNY eventually. Yeah. Schofield, he'll run into Nico. Not afraid to start the fight as Whisper makes his way over as well. Has the coil, but they don't have enough damage likely to take out Nico. But they will be getting this tier 1 tower as KJ shows up with all the skellies.
Rally! Maybe time to get. Still an open tower bot.
Okay. Has the coil if needed, but being pursued right now by Yopash. Another orb and he's fine. Fine, rather. They find the clockwork in the river though, so OG getting another kill to their name. But it does feel like Heroic kind of dodging fights for the most part. Getting a little bit more out of the map, as you can see with the net worth advantage. And I assume the XP advantage in their favor still because of the original Wisdom Shrine plays. And seeing the replay here on how Yopaj died.
Yeah, again, honestly, the biggest difference in this game between the two teams is just the value of the offlaner. Devi laned against Troll and did very well for himself and has found a Blink Dagger and starting to make moves. Dawnbreaker had an okay lane and has had nothing to show for it at all.
Coil immediately popped by Yopaj. Does that put Heroic's chase to an end? Well, with the Waning Rift missing, oh, nice swashbuckle dodging the hook shot. So
very good.
Heroic can't get the initiation they wanted, but Blink Dagger coming for Whisper. The homing missile, eventually we'll find Tim's, but I mean, this is a very far chase. Nothing will come of it.
They get control of the enemy triangle if they want. They have this good ward that OG is seemingly, well, that they know must be there based on that homing missile cast, but accessing the area to deward it is a different challenge entirely. And well,
this is a very fast Rosh.
Move is not in vain. We talked about how they could do this with Swagar and Chen. Would love to see Heroic go for a smoke after this and try to take bot tower and break open the map a little bit further. Nico, nice try actually. That was kind of close.
It was, but actually the wrap from the other side. A big crush from Devi onto 3. No follow-up quite yet. And Whisper from the other side. They get the hook shot for the time being onto Scam, but a nice ice path to try to dissuade this any further. Big Solar Guardian from Niku getting some excellent heals onto Yopaj, but eventually does die. And now the exit strategy for OG. They attempt to run away, but another crush from Devi takes out Scam. Tim's with the shard, attempted TP. Looks like he'll get away. Nico, though, the bigger prize for Heroic. They find 3. They get the Aegis. They lose no one.
Damn. The moment Devi got that triple crush, I was just like, how bad are OG gonna lose this fight? Not do they have a chance, really? Completely broke their smoke and their initiation. Sure, as you said, there was no immediate follow-up on the crush, but you just can't really build any fight from there. And yeah, the Dawn ulti finally gets used, but you're gonna see in the replay here just how little it actually ends up doing. Since you're not... This is a nice cog, by the way, onto the Pango, so gonna try to heal him up and will successfully keep him alive for a little bit, but unfortunately he's still coiled and can't reset position. And Nico himself just gets completely compromised going in trying to help. So not enough in the tank there for OG. Is a pretty big loss. 4K now the lead on Heroic's side. And Devi going for immediate Ags after Blink will be great in this game if you consider the types of heroes he's up against. The value of that extra armor is quite crazy. 16 armor. That's what he's going to get from Seaborn Sentinel whenever he's in the puddle. Against Troll, against Pango.
Raj, instant crush. Call down is coming for you as well. He does have the ability to get out, though. Probably the last hero you wanted to run into if you're Heroic. But
unless Whisper is a part of the play, then you love it.
True. Yeah, one silence and they're golden. Yuma right now looking quite large. He went for the Aghanim Scepter as the first main item. Unlike Yatoro, who just never went for, he went for the Manta, which I guess we never really got an answer on why that was the case. But this one looking a little bit more standard for the Gyrocopter. And 20-minute Tormentor. Who gets the shard? It'll be a support, and it'll be Clock. Jetpack at the ready.
Get out of his own cogs and out of ice shards.
Yep.
And just give vision overall is obviously a really big part here in that flying movement around tree areas and what have you. 6K though, and another wisdom setup. Schofield's just been on top of that this game.
He has.
It hasn't worked every time.
Maybe baiting this in a bit. Nico getting some help via Skemp. They'll be able to kill off the Clockwork, I would think. He gets the hook shot though, and
see you later.
Able to fly away and TP, so creating a little bit of space. And now on the other side of the map, Tim's, he will drop as that's a double kill for Yuma. And yeah, they killed off Yopaj, which is the true prize for Heroic. So not only creating space on the top lane, I mean, even Solar Guardian was available this whole time as well.
It's such a high-level play. It's not just a little space, right? He pulls 2 heroes around for that long, and one of them is Dawn, who can't ult because Clock is there. So that means whenever they go on the Pango bottom, you can't help him with Dawn. She's preoccupied with one of the most annoying heroes to have on top of you in the Clockwork. And after all of that, he still lives too. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that.
Without the shard, I don't think that's the case.
Yeah.
But very good usage there. And they don't even need to invest anything.
Wow, I love Rally.
It's just Rally. Oh, but the whirling axes. All right. Natsumi will be able to technically defend. It's deniable now. He has the SNY. We'll be going to the BKB. But, I mean, Heroic, they're not going to use the Aegis in any sort of crazy push, but they've gained map control. They've extended their lead in terms of the net worth. So overall, a success so far for Heroic. Not really having much of a misstep in this game.
No.
I think the thing I'm most impressed by is you kind of talked about how their playstyle has been fast and furious, but if you're able to consistently win with basically any type of strategy or momentum, or I mean, in terms of like long-term growth and long-term success with patches, like that's amazing if they can actually pull this off.
Yeah, without a doubt. It's very... I was not expecting Heroic to be in the game that has a kill every 2 minutes today, but they're making it work, step by step, building their advantage. And the question now becomes, so when does OG hit a timing? Because for me, a big part of this game, the timing was Dawn hitting level 6, but your supports got 6s so late because of the Wisdom Shrine Steal. Whisper just keeps killing Yopaj around the map.
And Schofield is still creating so much space. This is ridiculous. This is like a replay, except he goes to the north instead of the south this time.
I mean, not to read too much into OG's body language, but the couple of players we just saw on their cameras just seemed very quiet. It's almost like OG are just stunned and don't have... They look stressed out with the game state, I'll tell you that. Like, they're just moving around the map, looking for plays. Schofield is breaking up everything constantly, so they're not finding any openings. They probably know they're getting out-farmed. I mean, this seems pretty much about right.
Yeah, it's been an outclass so far. Just
very one-sided affair.
Of course, it is a best of 3, and the game's not over yet. We've only seen one Solar Guardian so far.
And
really not really any fight from OG.
I was going to say, that's completely... unrelated to how this game has gone itself, but just OG in a vacuum. You go into a tournament, you might think you're really good, you might be like, I wonder how good we are. The community, obviously, the whole OG thing has become almost a meme at this point, that their teams have just not been working out very well. This is obviously a totally different roster. Then you get off to a hot start. You beat 2 of the world's top teams back-to-back, feel really good about yourself. What happens when you hit the first adversity, when you hit the hurdle? Which is what happened yesterday. Are you going to be the type of team that just resets, bounces back, and plays your best the next day? Or are we going to see a little bit of a reverse? Because the OG that we saw in the first 2 series were so good that I could not really imagine them going 2 and 3 after, if they could keep that level. But this game has definitely not looked as sharp and as hungry, almost, if you will, as the first 2 days. So... could just be a one-off game. Don't want to jump to conclusions, but I still genuinely believe that even after all these years of us talking about it on casting, all the casters do is really talking about momentum as a concept. I think the audience maybe still underestimates just how much it matters when you get big wins or devastating losses for how it goes. Like, things can swing so quickly in this game. Teams that have had an awful season, somehow hit a magical tournament where everything clicks and they go really deep. Or teams that have been the best hit up a slump streak and just lose to teams they should never lose to.
Schofield creating more space. The crush comes, but the snowball dodging
nice
one
save.
of them.
Really nice save.
Right off the bat. They get both supports, and now the coil expended. just for Natsumi. Solar Guardian going to be used to heal him up a bit. And now Nico, well, I don't know if they want to fight. He's going to get hookshot from behind. This fight's actually a disaster already for OG as Nico pops the Crimson for himself. But man, this was a lost fight from the start. Able to TP out is Yopaj, but 3 for nothing. And again, nobody really in peril on the heroic side. The clockwork save was great, but need a lot more from OG to take a kill.
Whisper was able to force Natsumi to BKB off screen. The damage from Witchblade was too big of a threat. So he had to either ult or BKB. He BKBs and runs away. That means for a high ground push here, there will be no troll BKB, making the hero exceptionally weak against the heroic lineup right now. They opt not to do it though. They'll just take a safe Rosh. I think there's no way in hell OG can test this. And maybe they could even get the 28 Wisdom as well, which would be par for the course for Schofield, of course, to be there. But look at this really beautiful Force Staff play, getting up to the high ground. And yeah, damage not an issue for Heroic anymore. That's for sure.
Yeah. Given enough time, which they've been gifted, really. Not very aggressive play from OG. As Roche number 2, the heroic way.
Schofield, I was going to say like clockwork. He really is, though. Is going to go there again.
Scam, obviously aware that this might be a thing. Schofield.
Fool me thrice. Shame on who exactly?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
And Yuma gets the kill, and I think this is going to be a Wisdom Shrine for Heroic. For sure, Yopaj able to roll away thanks to the roll up. This is a tier 2 tower, though.
That
so
is
much
a
time.
really interesting heat map.
That's all Schofield. Yeah, that is hilarious.
He knows where he wants to play. And yep, double Wisdom. They're giving both of them to Yuma, or is Schofield going to take this? It's a bit telling about their... Okay, they'll take it on clock. You could obviously boost Gyro heavily toward a level 25, which is an insane talent, as we've talked about. The 4-second flat cannon cooldown is... It doesn't sound that great. It's like basic ability loses 4-second cooldown, but the overall DPS increase for Gyro and efficiency around the map is actually very, very valuable. Almost has Satanic. I mean, how are they going to deal with this guy on OG? He's so far ahead. Only 2k against the Troll, but it's more about the rest of the game. I mean, okay, if you want to talk about far ahead, talk about Whisper. 7k up on the Pango.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Parasma Axe. All right, Crystalis. It's the carry puck. He wants to do the damage with the amp, and can you blame him?
That's hype.
Corrosive Haze might as well go right-click puck. He feels safe this game.
Yeah, you were asking who's taking advantage of Corrosive Haze.
Yeah, well, if you go this build, you're going to be hitting like a truck with this Aghanims.
Yeah, 18k lead for Heroic. To say they're in the driver's seat is an understatement. They're the bus driver.
Yeah, unfortunately, we might not come to see this beautiful puck build. If this push is a success, they could just finish the game here.
Yeah, Yuma's Satanic is being delivered as we speak. Crimson Guard's going to slow this down a bit, but now the Roche's banner plays, so the incoming wave will be invulnerable, which means OG are going to have to get aggressive to defend this, or I mean, we've seen teams give up an entire set of racks, but the question is, what are you waiting for? Is there a power spike coming for the OG side? Yuma will be able to clean up the range, and Fortification is used. Rolling Thunder being faked. Yopaj looking for an opening. Whisper, Waning Rift's not going to hit. Schofield's still looking for an opening himself.
He's just smoke breaking, right? He's checking the backstab.
On Natsumi, already half HP. The Crimson Guard's going to keep him healthy for the time being. Goes deep. It has to use his ult pretty soon here, as they're doing all this damage to the Gyrocopter, who still has that second life. Actually pops the Satanic and is more than happy to fight this out with Natsumi. Natsumi pops the ult finally. Able to get healed up to a full degree, but the Rax is already dead, and his teammates are dropping like flies. That's going to be 4 dead in the blink of an eye for OG, and that should do it. Good game called. Heroic completely stomping OG.
Better luck next game. That was not even remotely close. Heroic playing against a lineup that has a global ability to join fights, the Catch of Tusk, a team fighting hero in Pango, managed to scrape They scraped by 5 total kills on OG.
That's true, unless I get canceled someday, which is always a possibility, Richard. Welcome, everybody, to game number 2 of this best of 3 Heroic versus OG. Which, coming to this tournament, maybe that didn't sound as spicy, but Heroic has been on a roll lately, and OG, with this brand new roster, absolutely has been on a roll until late yesterday, Sundaran.
Yep.
And now game 1 of this series, they get Omega stomped. Can they bounce back? This is a brand new roster like we talked about, so we don't really have any data points to suggest whether they can handle this type of crushing defeat.
I guess my biggest question is this a good carry Beastmaster game? Like, I don't know if the matchups are that good. That is a very nice Gabby sticker.
Nice.
Is that Gabby as a mango or what?
I could not tell you. It looks so blurst, though.
I don't know if carry Beastmaster has a good matchup into Slardar in lane and Kez in general. If that is a desirable matchup to play. As the panel talked about, obviously some lane switcheroos to try to deal with the Batrider problem, but that already makes it seem like Heroic have dictated how this laning is going to go. The Chen being on the other side, though, it's one of Skem's best. Can be a nuisance in the lane, and I assume if you're playing Chen Beastmaster, that lane can actually do quite well against something like Slardar, just mana burning him. So he can't use Crush. And yeah, that does indeed seem to be the plan. Oh, it's the new set and the new boar from the Monster Hunter thingy. Maybe that's why he wanted to play it. He wanted to show off his Bullfango.
Yeah, that's a name.
Apparently.
Okay. Yeah, he's wrapped in bones, it looks like. Yeah, this should be interesting, though. The pace, I assume, is going to be very fast for the side of OG with a carry Beastmaster.
I think the most important thing for them in this game is just to get off to a start where it feels like plays connect. Like you want to go through the gate maybe with Chen and dive the tower bottom and get some sort of momentum. I think it's more important just for their mentality rather than, let's say, the theoretical best way of winning the game. I just think just having that feeling of, all right, guys, we can do this. Because that last game was a bit demoralizing. At least from watching, it felt like they were lost. Mm-hmm. So getting off to any sort of decent start here would be a big help. This lane matchup mid is pretty good for the Windranger into Bat. One of the heroes that Bat will...
Yeah, but then you're stuck with Windranger.
Well, you did pick it, so...
Yeah.
You wanted to be stuck with it.
What do you think about this hero? The panel is kind of touching on the fact that Natsumi is the main one that can make this hero work as a core. Do you think it's got potential?
As a mid or as a carry in general?
No, like right here in this game.
It's fine. I think the matchup into Slaughter is good. The matchup into Kez is pretty interesting too, actually. So yeah, I definitely think it could do well. Biggest thing to watch out for is not getting enchanted when you have Windrun on. Could become a little bit dangerous very quickly.
Yep, true.
But yeah, the core-to-core matchups here for Wind are actually quite good, and Yopash does play a great Windranger, so putting it on him instead of Natsumi was just a matter of solving lane problems. However, the one thing is, when you're playing mid-wind, I think it's very valuable and actually important for the game that you have playmakers in other lanes, because you can't rely on Shackleshot. It's just never been a reliable catch and something you use to playmake with. Except for most of the time solo assassination plays when you get farm and you have the levels. So I guess what I'm getting at is I would like to see a fast dagger on Axe. Because otherwise you might get into this point at like the previous game where not too much is happening. Schofield will die. Yeah. No, he has sticks. He has sticks.
Okay.
Well, okay, he made sure to use them as late as humanly possible.
Of course. You gotta keep yourself on your toes sometimes. Yep. Yuma's going to take a bit of punishment. Good body blocks coming out from the double melee combo of OG. And they're going to trap him in. Able to use the Echo Slash to get to the other side, but we can see how much damage he has taken. I think one thing for Heroic that I do like about their lineup is just the comfort factor. I mean, Whisper Batrider, Schofield Bounty, they play these a million times throughout the years. As Yuma, Battle Hunger applied, and Nico going to go for the killing blow. Echo Slash again. Yuma gets clipped by the ice shards. Not going to be able to get any last hits under the tower if he can even live through this. Yuma doing a ring around the Rosie. Good shuriken toss. Schofield likely will be the one to fall instead.
Fairy.
The battle hunger still applied.
Fairy?
He does have Fairy, didn't use it.
I think he actually genuinely forgot he had it.
Oh.
It might have been enough.
But either way, OG completely
They're
dominating
stomping this lane.
Yeah.
Kaz is not getting any ground.
Grappling
Stand.
claw to the high ground. Tim's going to continue. Yuma does get to the low ground eventually, but
And this is
gonna need
obviously
some regen here.
This is the choice that you make by putting Ench against the Beastmaster top. Is yes, that matchup is awesome because you can steal boars, but your Kaz bounty is a trash
8
lane.
stacks of sticky napalm with some help from KJ. They take out the mid laner of OG. Schofield again getting super low, despite just respawning.
I actually think, I rarely find myself saying this, but I don't think Heroic are laning this correctly. I think maybe going the Ench away from the Beastmaster lane is the right thing to do in this game. Bounty Hunter can pull waves, Slarder can stand his ground and you know, get stuff, and then with Ench down here, you give Yuma a lane, and I think Kaz is way too integral to the strategy to sacrifice him like this.
Right.
Like, the lane with Bounty Hunter is just straight up bad, and you're playing into Axe who can snowball like crazy off of a good lane against a melee hero. Kaz also hates fighting into Blade Mail. So what a perfect world for Nico. He can go blink Blade Mail and just kill the Kaz all game. There's no save. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is something they're just doing for the first few minutes, and now Ench is going to start rotating more. It seems to be the case. Maybe they feel like I've done enough to help Slardar against Beastmaster in the beginning. Now Devi can stand his ground and just play on his own. Oh!
Yeah.
Does he not? He doesn't have kill shot, right?
He does, so
that was very
under the
close.
threshold. KJ
It's very close.
healing himself, gets a courier kill, but now he's going to get stuck inside of the shards, and Nico coming to play as well, and there is the kill shot. Yopaj, though, gets bounced back, the snowball. Saved for the time being right on top of the Bounty Hunter, but Yopaj with six sticky napalm stacks, and Nico with 6 of his own. Whisper coming in and completely turning this fight with his domination of the mid lane, and now Tim's slowed to a crawl. Schofield, I'm not sure if he'll be able to get there in time, but the Echo Slash and the right clicks. Double kill for Whisper. Single-handedly keeping Heroic in this game, it feels like.
I think he's my favorite mid-bad rider player in the world, by the way. Obviously, as we've talked about, he used to play off lane for a long time, but the way in which he plays this hero is just so well suited for mid. And so far, so good in this one. Devi, is there any follow-through on this? The heal should be good enough.
Well, even Skem coming, though, so they're going to put some pressure on this tier 1. Axe is hit. Devi going to have to get out. Dodges the power shot. KJ, though, getting quite low. More axes to come as the shrine comes to be as well, but Devi able to claim that for his team. Oh, stuck inside the shards, though. Beautiful placement. That's going to be the death of Devi. Natsumi with the first roar of the game, but he's going to use that as an exit strategy. Whisper again, all over the map. Doing so much work as Yopaj and company do claim Yuma. Made his way over as well. That's a big, big kill for OG.
That's an amazing result for them. Really, really nice. And they honestly, that could have even gone better. I think they could have potentially got the Wisdom Shrine, but they were a little bit preoccupied with fighting in the middle of the lane rather than getting over to the shrine immediately. But still, the 3 kills makes this well worthwhile, and what a different start this is from game number 1. I was going to say it's flipped, but not really. They're winning it harder than Heroic were at this stage. And there's kills, so that's cool. Yeah, coming up, everything's coming together really nicely. And this is going to be an awkward upcoming few minutes for the side of Heroic because, as you've said, Whisper is keeping the team, he's putting the team on his back. There's nobody else to play with right now for the supports. I don't think you're going to make successful moves with Slardar. Batrider has to do a lot here. Kez is just going to be farming for a while. This hero with a bad start is just a liability. So, again, that begs the question, was that support trade-off in the beginning the correct thing to do? Tim's getting cooked to a crisp.
Whisper's like, what are you doing here, bro? Yeah. He almost has his boots of travel now.
Yep.
And he can be even more omnipresent.
As of course, he is playing as a mid-bad rider. You go Arsonist, so As his facet, that does mean that he will be going a right-click route with 5 points in Sticky Napalm. So we'll be going Orchid next, as it looks.
Look at that amount of damage he's done to this mid tier 1 as well. But Nico gets the battle hunger. Good flame break. Focus fire applied to Whisper. Snowball not going to hit.
Charge.
And misses, so Whisper is A-okay.
Oh, that is a bad miss, actually. He doesn't even have travel, so it's just a regular move speed Batrider. But maybe he would have lived. I think Firefly was coming off cooldown again. It's okay. OG have some leeway this one to make a little bit of a mistake. Tims will take advantage of that.
Yep. No lasso for 30 seconds. Tims, well, you have to worry about Divide as Yopaj and company getting a Hand of God applied. Tims, the one and only casualty so far.
Ooh.
Power shots have been on point for Yopaj.
It was very close to hitting.
I thought he did hit.
No. Oh. It narrowly missed, I believe.
Well, boots of travel for Whisper, so with this 10-minute power rune, will be Arcane.
Oh, that is such a good rune on Batrider.
He wants to put this to use with that lasso as soon as possible. We'll be TPing the bot side.
Really like this play. Get your Kez into the game and use this Arcane rune immediately. Doesn't seem like OG can really send over any reinforcements.
And there's the lasso, and the right clicks from Yuma should suffice. So great rotation again from Whisper, who again is really carrying Heroic. This would be, I don't know what their deficit would be right now if he was not playing this well.
5-0-2, he's in every kill.
Came a long way.
He makes sure to tax his team for it, though. Getting all the last hits on the kills, more or less. But the fact that the other 2 kills have gone to Kez is such good news for Heroic. I think that's the ideal hero to get kills on right now, to compensate for that weak start he had. OG aren't going to slow down.
Schofield level 6 now, has the track. We see the roar on the top, on top of Divide. Schofield gets tag teamed and destroyed. Divide lives through the day, though.
Nope.
I say that a little too soon. The power shot actually insta-gives him.
He just walked in a straight line
Yeah,
toward
he
him.
sure did. So 2 good kills for OG as they get the shackle now. Whisper shows up. Lasso in 5 seconds. Yuma also appearing from the north, but it might be a little too slow. Does have flame break, but
still
OG
great
getting
for
the better
OG.
of this.
They get the tower. Axe is free farming in the meantime.
Oh, is he going to die again, potentially?
Yeah.
Sticky napalms continuing to stack. Blade mail applied as well. They don't even need the lasso, potentially. And he gets another kill on Whisper. So a back-to-back death on Nico.
And these are starting to become track kills now. So
True.
that's going to be a bit of an X factor now for the side of Heroic. Track close to dagger on the Slardar and the dagger on Bad. Both of them will have daggers in like 2 minutes.
Okay,
That's when things are going to change
It's a great rune for Whisper. Did not use the lasso,
Yeah,
so
true.
has it at his disposal. Obviously, the Beastmaster would be the prime target. Schofield not getting off the track there, surprisingly. He's scouting, and as you can see, the Beastmaster to the north, Whisper with a couple bounty runes. That's always nice to grab as well. They scan right on top of themselves just to make sure bounty's not there.
I was just going to say,
a third
kill
death
Axe
in a
again.
row. Oh my goodness.
Just keep killing this guy so he never gets his blink.
This is rough stuff for Nico. Tims is there with the snowball. Axe already quite low. Do they have the finishing blow? The Hand of God is enough. And Nico thanking Gaben there.
Wow. I was
That would have
sure
been
they
such a
had it.
disaster.
That was a great snowball that he could get the short range one, not on the hero.
Yeah, more pressure, though, as the sticky napalm's continuing to stack. Yopaj with the focus fire has to be careful because Divide has come from the south now. And these tracks are starting to add up for Heroic as Yopaj getting dove. Crush is coming. And that's going to be a lot of damage applied. Down goes another member of OG. And look at that net worth lead, Cinderin. Getting close to even because of these track kills.
Yep.
And now the blink for Whisper.
I strongly question the fact that Beastmaster's not showing up to this. Like, you're the strongest hero in the map. You have so much utility just through hero levels. It doesn't even matter what items you have right now. And this was a long chase. Beastmaster, maybe he just didn't have TP on Natsumi, but I feel like he's just been farming up here for so long that you would think he could get there. and offer something to his team. Just a roar would have been great. You know, the Bat Rider was chasing down forever. Kez actually was able to go in because Beast never shows.
Bit of tunnel vision with this Ags. He will get it now, though.
This has to be a timing now for OG to get something done when Natsumi reaches the first peak of carry Beastmaster, that Aghanim. And something we haven't covered just yet, but obviously we said Kez was off to a bad start. Now he's recovered fully, but not only that, he's playing with Corrosive Haze, and Kez's physical damage output is bonkers already. He can... Later in this game, you Corrosive Haze a hero like Axe, he can die in literally 1 second to Kez alone, just with Haze on him. It's ridiculous how much single target damage this hero can do. So,
Whisper playing on a knife's edge, especially when there's a Windrunner in the game. Always have to be careful with the HP department. Has that level 5 sticky napalm now, so applying it with each auto attack. So, other than the Orchid, what else do you think, from what you've seen at least with the Bat Rider and this facet, do they go for?
I mean, it varies. Some games you go Witchblade. I think in this one you probably get a defensive item after. I would like to see... It's actually a very good Linken's game against Roar and Shackle Shot, but the problem is then you can still get called. But I think if you're getting called, that is good news for Kez. So... It's either that or you get a mobility item like Yule's or Force Staff to try to play around as well. Yeah. Yule's could be cool into Axe and into Beastmaster to an extent. Yeah, there's plenty of options. That's part of the cool... That's one of the cool things about Core Bat is that such a big part of your hero is the... Even when you go Arsonist, there's very many different build paths because your spells inherently just do so much damage. I wouldn't even mind him not committing for the Orchid. He also hasn't bought a component yet, so he might change his mind and go something else. I don't know how necessary it is here. Speaking of items, though, Axe has hit his timing. Let's see if OG can get something done. Axe and Beastmaster, and Axe has Blink Blade Mail. You find Kez, he dead.
Indeed. Speaking of Kez, though, Yuma with the Deso, so on top of the Corrosive Haze...
Oh no,
really
he's falling into the Schofield trap. Natsumi is wasting away his entire day running after Schofield, and he won't even get him. Schofield with the kiting build with drums. It's gonna leave him give up the chase. Didn't have his dagger, but obviously Natsumi will be picking up that soon too.
Yeah, he's pretty close.
But his camps are being blocked by sentry wards placed by Bounty Hunter.
Very annoying. Tims will find a couple members of Heroic who are there to greet him from the gates. Tims does get off his snowball. And he's going to die shortly after, in all likelihood. Yopaj with the focus fire. Hand of God keeping Tims alive, but eventually the right clicks of Whisper are more than enough.
This starts getting awkward now with the tracks coming out. Heroic are getting really good information.
There's the call blade mail. It's on the Bounty Hunter. The chop is unsuccessful, so that's going to be on cooldown for a bit, but it is a 1-for-1 to start things out. Divide, he's spotted, but he is super fast in the river. Won't be able to blink anytime soon. Flame break onto 2. Nice shackle, but no follow-up yet. KJ leading the way on this Enchantress, begging them to right-click him. That's not going to happen.
They finally managed to give Nico some mana with Arcanes and a bottle charge here, so maybe they can turn this around. I say bottle charge, that was a, whatever that one's called, neutral item. Yeah. Starting to get spooky for both teams, and we will just split up.
Feels like a very tense moment. 18 minutes. It's not even a Tormentor time or anything like that, as this would be a huge kill for OG. Whisper, his 8 kill streak has ended, and that is a huge injection for Nico.
Yeah. Working on Lotus Orb. Amazing this game. Slardar, Bat, and Track. Can you think of a better Lotus game? That is pretty much crazy. I think they should get more than just one of them.
Gets roared up. They have the stun lock. They have the kill. So 2 cores dead in favor of OG. They can posture for this eventual Tormentor. Still a minute and a half away. They get KJ trying to go into the gate. The choppity chop for Nico. They're gonna fully go through the gates, in fact.
Yeah, that's a tower to claim. They can still make it back to the 20-minute Tormentor. Play back on control in that area, and now, again, OG in a good spot. Something worth considering that... wait.
Oh, lasso onto the Beastmaster.
This is not
No follow-up.
good.
Whisper forces a couple of TPs. Schofield and Yuma a little bit too far behind.
Now he doesn't have lasso for the Tormentor.
Skem is actually going in from the south. He's going to get crushed to start things out, but Nico gets the initiation again onto Whisper, and there is the kill from Yopaj. The power shot more than enough, with Heroic now fleeing with all their might. Schofield not going to get away. The shackle ensures that. Double kill for Yopaj, and OG in a commanding spot now.
Yeah, they're accelerating this really fast. And I was talking about the threat of the physical damage with the Slardar and the Kez, but the problem is you're actually playing against one of the best counters to Slardar, Chen. He can give you plus 20 armor. So whatever target Devi and Kez pick, you could just...
Devi, focus fire, being held in place thanks to Tim's. Does have a lot of move speed. Oh, miss on the... Doesn't matter. The power shot.
Matter. Focus fire with... tag team is something else.
Yep, true.
Does so much damage. Wow. All right, OG. We were worried that they weren't going to bounce back from that game one and from the series loss yesterday, but they're putting that concern to shame here.
Oh, yeah.
In a very good position. Tormentor should be theirs as well, and that would almost be a 10k lead minute 20 against a Heroic lineup that largely in this game doesn't really have anything in the way of team fight at all. They only have single target pickoff with Batrider, with Slardar. I don't think it's fair to call Raptor Dance a team fight ability.
Well, Skem has a shard now as Nico again killing off Whisper. Oh my, this is just spiraling out of control for Heroic as OG continuing to get kill after kill unanswered. There's a steal of the shrine though from Schofield. Very small prize at this stage of the game, all things considered.
He already has the Lotus. He is stacked on Axe. They're so far ahead. Definitely seems like the adjustments that...
Oh, Schofield. Okay. Well, with Yopaj nearby, blocking him in again. Another easy kill for OG.
And they're also taking... I mean, they're just literally taking the whole match. This is a game where Whisper had a great start, and as a matter of fact, is the only hero on Heroic that's had a good game. Like, nobody else. You're looking at Kez, he's 3-1 and 2. It might look good, but he's getting out farmed, and he's not realizing the hero's potential in this phase of the game because he can't fight the enemy team. The 5-man of OG is too strong. They're unable to break their formation. Whoever they go on with Slardar Kez just gets saved by Chen with 2 heals, Greaves, and Divine Favor for 20 armor.
Yeah.
Seems a little bit like a checkmate situation, if I'm honest. This is the traditional way of making Bounty Hunter feel worthless, is just having a lineup that's strong at grouping up so you can't get pickoffs.
Divine.
OG can enforce that.
To this as Congregations of the Deep is applied. Yopaj is getting gone, and they have the vision now with the track. This is going to be 2 pretty big kills for Heroic, and they claim them. Both tracked. That eats into this lead a bit. They're going to need a few more of those to get back on track. No pun intended.
Did say OG with a 5-man group up would be too strong, but that's the direct opposite of what happened there. They went for a little bit of a skirmish with their Tusk and Windranger, hoping to find someone alone out on the map, but got scouted and got punished immediately. And I think now they're going to make the call, all right, guys, let's just not do that again and look more for the team fights if possible. They're going to smoke up Beastmaster and Chen to try to connect now with... Well, Axe is going to connect with them, rather. I imagine they'll bring more heroes down here as well. Looking for anybody to go and hit this wave, including the Dragon. Natsumi.
He's going to see the puddle. There's the blink and the roar. Is the backup on the way? Skem makes his way over. Penitent's death.
I think they could go high ground.
Okay, that's 40 seconds without the Slardar. You have an army of creeps at your disposal. Whisper We'll have lasso in 5 seconds.
Oh, doesn't this feel like overly cautious? Slardar is dead. You have Aegis. You have Chen.
Oh, okay. That's
They're-
a nice. That's a Manta on the courier.
They're
So.
settling just from mid tower.
Is under attack. Radiant structures are
Well,
fortified.
all right.
Dire's structures
More time for Kez to maybe get there. It's a long ways away from where he wants to be, of course. Oh, uh-oh, if he, okay. He grappling clawed, got himself stuck, and TP'd out instead of getting found by the ward.
Whisper now has a BKB, is going for the Lincolns. And there's the lasso onto the Beastmaster. This is the highest value target to kill off on OG. The crush applied now as well. That's a huge kill. That's death number 1, though, on the Aegis. Does Heroic want to continue? Crush with the impetus. Lotus applied. Gonna be able to get out. And Schofield's going to take a punch to the back of the head. Still living, though, but there's a nice call from Nico. The Kez is the biggest of the 2 targets. The crush from Divide to try to keep him alive. It's not going to happen. 2 dead for Heroic. As OG bait them into that kill of the Aegis. They're going to get the tier 2 now, unquestionably. How much further can they go?
Radiant's middle tower.
Still would like to see them continue. They know there's no lasso.
Radiant's middle tower.
Kez is dead. Yeah. No hesitation this time around. They're basically great on health here with the Greaves. Everybody's up to full.
4 up for Heroic, but not their carry.
They just
Rush from
don't.
Divide, try to delay.
They don't have damage without Kez to take this fight. They have to wait.
Oh, they're actually exiting.
Wow. Okay.
Respecting the Kez, I suppose. Who's dead.
That is surprising.
Yeah, that's...
I feel like that was a guaranteed Rax if they stayed.
Whisper, he finds Nico. Immediate use of Lotus. Can't go for the lasso now. Whisper, a bit low on mana. It does have the ult back. OG though, Nico on quite the killing spree after that start that he had. He had like 3 deaths in a row. Now racking up the kills. As OG continuing to group up because that is how their lineup functions.
Yeah, this top tier 2 is next on the menu. This time around, Heroic do have everything again.
Yeah, if they can get a similar type of initiation on the Beastmaster without the counter initiation from the Axe. But you're right, they have 0 team fight really. It's just single target pick off.
Yeah.
When you group up like this, it's going to be way harder to actually make use of the lasso.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Roar, Whisper, dead again. After such an incredible start, now 4 deaths to his name.
Radiant's top tower is under
OG certainly in the driver's seat. As Schofield is now found by Natsumi, but he doesn't want any part of that, apparently. Doesn't want to lose the gem just in case there's more where that came from.
Exactly. He thought there was backup nearby, and that kind of was. They were on, like... It was somewhat in the vicinity. Yeah, he will leave. And now Schofield, would you look at that? It's a multiple of 7, so he will... Oh, well, there's a gem this time. I guess not. But you gotta test them, though.
Yeah, of course.
Gotta test. You never know. Maybe they flunked math.
Well, OG get both shrines.
Yep. And they probably also get Divide here.
Punched into the air, Yopaj, and the tag team focus fire that you brought up earlier, it destroys. Oh, but the neutral keeping him alive
nice
for the time being. A
sidestep,
sidestep does get
Still gonna
stunned.
die, but that was actually quite sick dodge by Divide on an unchanneled power shot.
Dire are scanning.
Natsumi.
This gem is really powerful this game. When you're in this kind of game state, you take away so much of the potential Heroic have with Bounty Hunter of finding literally anything. He's trying to get sneaky wards out so they can potentially find a 2v1 skirmish or whatever, but Natsumi just keeps denying them that vision, and if he ever randomly walks into Bounty Hunter on a high ground, he's just going to solo kill him. So, getting his hands on that was a very good choice.
And Assault is next for Natsumi, and it is super close to being realized. They have all the auras in the book. And this is going to be super hard for Heroic to stop.
This feels like a next Roche kind of game. Just keep map controlling, wait for the second Aegis, and then probably just push high ground with all of your auras and an Aegis on Beast, who can then get lassoed, killed once, and then just win.
Yeah.
Seems like a good approach. Well, there's that Bounty Hunter.
Yep, that gem
Later.
working out quite well for OG. I mean, between Device, Schofield, and KJ at the moment, that is a 0-16 scoreline. It's been a rough one.
Heading for the Melk Award as a team. But then you need to win. Isn't that still crazy, all these years later, that has not... Well, it has happened, right?
Probably has.
I think we've had this conversation before, and it was proven that it had happened.
I mean, are you the one that won with a 0-19?
Yeah, I was close. I was close. I did my best, but...
You could have just sacrificed yourself to the fountain.
then I would have lost.
Oh, okay. Oh, boy.
What you don't know is I did that 15 times. Whisper's out again. Another good find. And that's a Torm. The advantages just continue to mount. Now, who's going to get this shard? Tusk or Beast or Windranger? It's Tusk or Winds.
Yeah, Gale Force would be really nice, but it will be the Tusk.
Gale Force against Slaughter Kez sounds really nice, actually. But unfortunately for Yopaj, it will be going to Tim's.
$17K lead for OG. BKB now for Nico.
Yeah, Roche is up in 30 seconds. Then they're going to go there.
Yeah.
And that should be the game deciding moment. I think Heroic actually have to contest it. I understand that you might have this feeling of, okay, if they come high ground, we can take the fight because of Bat. I just don't see it twice onto Beast. And he will be the one hitting the tower. So...
Well, OG going to look for a pick-off before Roche does spawn. And it's now or never for Heroic. It's not going to get any easier from here.
Dire are scanning.
Devi is spotted, so is KJ, but Tims cannot raise his fists fast enough. And Whisper not really that close to Lincoln. Had been kind of stuck on these items for quite a while. Still a recipe away.
Yep.
Not going to be in time for this Roche.
It might not be in time for his base. If I'm OG here, I take this Aegis and I just beeline down mid. Oh, they find him again.
They do. And despite the bounty being nearby, it really doesn't provide much support in these instances. So Whisper might go the whole game without getting this Lincoln's now. As Devi caught inside the shards, Natsumi focusing all his efforts onto Kez and solos him. Goodness gracious. OG dominating.
Yeah, just having a conversation in the green room with MLP. Seems to think Natsumi is a bit of a three-trick pony. Can add a fourth one to the hat after this one. Stellar Beastmaster performance, to say the least. Absolutely running the map. Did great in lane. 7-0 and 9, tons of solo kills, and just showcasing what this hero is all about when played as a carry. Now it's time to finish the job. Obviously love throwing MLP under the bus. Be careful what you guys tell me in the green room. You never know what's going to end up. Could also end up on Richard Lewis reports, of course. It's a dangerous tournament, to be honest.
Breaking news. Caster thinks one player has 3 heroes in their puddle. But it turns out to be 4.
Shocking.
Well, 4 minutes on the Aegis, so OG gonna look to...
They are really setting this up as cleanly as they can. They're like, okay, Wisdom soon, 35. Let's push out all the lanes, take Wisdom, and then go high ground, question mark, I think.
Yeah, you gotta check your spreadsheets for all the timings.
Yep. So does Schofield, so he's obviously already over there 30 seconds early. He has no other play on the map. He's just trying to get that experience.
Should get it.
Yeah. These Wisdoms get less and less relevant, except sometimes they can push you to a talent that's really big.
Yeah. Oh, the roar. Natsumi finds himself a little creature named Slardar. Another kill to his name, and now the high ground attempt. 50 seconds. Divide cannot buy back at the moment.
That's actually quite thematic for Dota 2 X Monster Hunter. Beastmaster killing Slardar.
True.
That's why Natsumi wanted to play it. He just wanted to show off his Bullfango.
Well, they force out the fortification. But now the Roche's banner is placed.
Yep.
They're going to be hard-pressed to stop this push. A lot of damage to Natsumi, but they have the heals in numbers. Still with the Hand of God at the ready as well. They'll pop the Manta. Has the Lotus still to prevent any lasso initiation. And
oh
my God! KJ evaporates. There's the lasso initiation, but the punch comes out with Nico's counter initiation. Getting a nice call as the Raptor Dance doing a good amount of damage as OG looking to reset Natsumi. That's life number 1. Can you do it again if you're heroic, though, as the crush comes in, but yeah, that's not going to work. He gets chopped instead by Nico.
They used
a double chop, in fact, and
to
that's
kill the Aegis.
Gonna be 2 dead for heroic.
They used Lasso, Kez ult, BKB, and all they got was the Aegis. And barely that.
Yuma with the Echo Slash. Can't even kill the creeps here at this stage of the game. This is going to be 2 sets and likely megas to come.
Yeah, this game is cooked. It's more well done than a Suns fan steak. That's over.
Come on, I get medium rare.
Yeah, but if you were to cook it, you would mess it up.
Oh, okay. That's fair. Now, Nico with the call onto Whisper. No follow-up, though. But the megas will come easily for OG. You know, Jenkins eats his steak well done, actually. I'm disgusted when I saw that. Absolutely disgusted.
I was going to say you can't be right about everything, but with Jenkins, you can't be right about anything. So, it's unfortunate. Not sure exactly what Heroic are seeing here. I'm not seeing it. This is a beat down and a half, and OG looking for the killing blow. They are smoked up. They have roared the ready.
Yeah, but now smoke from Heroic. One last ditch effort. Skem gonna break it. Not the target you would want. They will try to go for it, but the snowball save is there, and
yeah, big Raptor Dance. Not it.
They have the call and the chop onto Whisper. That's the main target. Kez next on the list. Double kill for Nico as the GGs come out, and we're going to a game number 3.
Wow. This, well, let's see in the 3rd game if both teams get to play at the same time. So far, it's been 2 very, very one-sided affairs, and Chen and the winning team in both games, perhaps the key.
We have a prophet in this game who has nature's prophet facet, the PROFIT that is, which means the money bags have come for all of us. The only question is, does Yopaj, wait, who played it last time?
It was Yopaj.
Oh, no, has he learned his lesson to pick up the money bags? Does he like money?
No, wait, we had 2 prophets that series, right? It was both teams that played a game each. I don't know if Yopaj...
No, one of them I thought did not have the money bags. Is that not the...
Oh, yeah, maybe you're right, actually. You know what? I'm giving Yopash the benefit of the doubt. He was definitely the guy with the other pheasant. He totally changed his mind now. And that is indeed the off-screen.
That's good.
If you guys want this to be realistic, the pot needs to disappear about now.
Well,
there you go.
It already is realistic because Nature's Prophet's nowhere near it.
Yeah,
right?
but it needs to run out. The bags don't stay around forever.
That is true, Syndrome.
Natsumi.
Very good. Oh, the Dragon Tail onto the Jakiro. Dragon on dragon action. KJ is dead first, and Natsumi gets the first blood. Pick up them gold, son. Left one. And we're not going to watch this chase. Instead, we're going to watch that pot of gold instead. And it looks like Divine might be taking a tumble as well, getting chased by a potato. Nothing more fearsome than that. Looks like he'll live through the day, but I mean, like, look at his HP. What is he going to do here?
He's as good as dead anyway. He has no regen.
It's almost better that they don't kill him.
He needs to send out a Salve and a Tango, which is going to take a while to get there. So this is a really nice start for the side of OG for sure. As far as the bounty runes went, that was a 4 for 0.
Oh, wow.
For Heroic, so I take it back. That was actually still a win overall for Heroic. I didn't recognize it.
Potato on Tusk action, meanwhile. Who wins this battle of the ages? Schofield will scare off the potato, and that's the end of it.
Were you surprised to see OG get their hands on Chen, especially given Heroic had overall first pick?
Yes.
Like, what were they worried about for Heroic so that they didn't pick it themselves for KJ, is what I'm wondering. Because they've been looking great when he's been on the Chen. I don't know what first pick immediate response would just ruin the hero's game. So, but alas, they took the Tusk as the overall first pick of the draft. Let's see if Schofield can work his magic here.
Oh, by the way, it's a Frost Dragon this time around for Natsumi on the DK.
Good against Morphling.
Yeah.
The health regen restoration reduction. That's a phrase. Thanks, Valve.
What do you think of Whisper playing Venomancer mid?
That is the most exciting thing about this game for me, actually. As we've established, I'm a big Veno fan. I think the hero is very fun to play and interesting to watch in different dynamics. I've seen some mid Veno played with the new tech, of course, where you get as many debuffs on the enemy as possible to amp up your damage with the Septic Shock. Veno will, as the only hero in Dota right now, probably go both Orb of Blight and Orb of Frost for that reason. It influences all of your farming and fighting speed because of, you know, just more damage is better. Then later down the line, often see items like Scotty to amp up further.
Spirit Vessel.
Vessel, yep, definitely a possibility. Just, if nothing else, just an urn. You know, that gives the same Septic Shock value.
Yep.
You don't have to upgrade it, but getting just the urn is very nice. And he's going to be laning against Yopash, who will just... Oh, he actually did not manage to pull the range creep there in mid, which is unfortunate for him. He's going to lose all that juicy experience to Whisper in the tower. Yeah, that seems like a lane that should be pretty difficult for Prophet to do anything in, really.
Well,
but fortunately, he can go somewhere else.
Yes, he can. Blocks off Schofield completely. Snowball actually does provide enough space for Schofield to walk away, although Sprout in 4, will he continue? No.
Oh. Better waste of time. He's got to scroll to mid immediately here. Surely, unless...
Yeah, right now, I mean, look at Whisper. 21-6 versus the 9-0 of Yopaj.
Yeah. And mid Veno obviously has the luxury of just going to do this as well. You just farm, push out the mid wave, and then you do an additional camp. And as mentioned, I don't really think Prophet can do much against this lane. Every time you go for anything, this happens. You just get galed, you get spammed by wards and Veno himself, and find yourself in a world of hurt.
Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool to see the Veno mid.
Oh, he even gets the D ward here, Whisper. Adding insult to injury, 27-7 against 12-0. And Yopash's rotation failing in addition mean he's a full level behind already. Tim's will at the very least cover one of the waters, but...
He's still getting the other.
Whisper only needs one.
Is this a situation where Yopaj absolutely, I mean, I guess he's playing Prophet anyway, but has to get kills on other lanes?
Yeah, he has to.
And what about the supports for their team? Can they gank mid at all?
I mean, Veno is, in theory, a pretty gankable hero because he's very slow and doesn't have any mobility spell, but the issue is your support duo being Shadow Demon and Chen. if Shadow Demon comes to gank Veno, you disrupt him, he can TP out against Prophet. If Chen comes over, he needs to have the right creeps. And I think neither of them really can afford to leave their lane partner behind right now anyway, so should be quite good for Whisper. Now, I must admit, when I was in the green room, we were talking about the potential picks here for OG, and when I saw the Prophet, I kind of liked it. I think it makes a lot of sense for their lineup, but I don't know, man. I was not expecting him to get this run over by Whisper.
He scanned Schofield, so he's not going to die at the very least. He's just standing as he's now TPing. That's exactly what Nature's Prophets can do. And they're going to be able to take out KJ pretty easily.
That'll give him 2 earned charges.
Yeah, needs a lot more of that as Whisper now level 6. Is pulling the wave completely. So much XP being lost in this mid lane.
And Whisper's going to skill his ulti. He was holding his point for a bit, maybe considering the 3rd point in Plague Ward, but yeah. Mid Veno can do this too.
Yeah.
Just immediately invade the enemy triangle and start taking away any stacks they might be making for their Primal Beast. They're bringing over Jakiro here from King Jungles as well. Axe feeling comfortable down bottom, just cutting waves against Chen. Can't really do anything about it, so means that freedom will be given to the other players. And yeah, Whisper is going to get huge this game. Now it's just a matter of how good is the hero for the game later down the line. Treads already.
Do you have an opinion on that?
I mean, I think the Primal Beast matchup is actually really good until Primal Beast gets BKB, then it gets trickier. But for the time being, you're very, very strong. The overall overwhelming damage against a hero like Dragon Knight in the mid game is also good. So I think what Jenkins said just resonates with me here, right? It's like you have very good matchups in this game in the mid game, and then the longer the game goes, the worse those matchups get. But they're good for quite a while. So I think this is a game Whisper can carry from Veno mid. Not exactly something I would expect myself to say in this tournament.
Yep.
With
And the
this
slow
player.
push from these Plague Wards obviously don't do that much damage to the tower, but they still do piercing damage to creeps, right?
Yep, you just bring Jakiro though, and that's the problem.
No denied to come. So mid lane already dead in favor of Heroic. Whisper was thinking about going for that 7-minute wisdom, but it looks to not be in the cards. But this one is. This is a double support killing the mid laner of OG. My goodness. Heroic.
Cost them 2 wisdoms though.
Oh yeah.
Can't say I think that's worth it. I mean, killing Prophet is nice, but these wisdoms are very, very valuable to protect one of them. But of course, Heroic are doing exceptionally well aside from that. So this is a game where they can probably get away with losing their wisdoms since Whisper is just that far ahead, and both Morph and Axe also have great farm. They're winning 2 lanes.
This is 7 minutes and 30
so
seconds.
hard.
This is the enemy triangle. Yeah. What am I watching?
But they can't really come into
No,
this area.
absolutely not.
So Whisper is way too strong right now in this chokehold on the map. So yeah, they're taking this away from a Primal who's already losing his lane quite hard to Morph. Veno is crushing Prophet. He's doubling his net worth minute 8.
Yopaj wants to gank Divide, goes to the south, and now this is a 3-on-1 situation. Only question is who snags the kill. It is the DK. Oh, Yopaj has learned his lesson. Look at this. Beautiful. Look at that. Yep, still one more. Very good boy. Who's a good boy? It's Yopaj.
Maybe it's a thing where he only picks them up when he's having a bad game, because he's like, I really need gold in this one.
That's true.
Otherwise, he's like, oh, I'm really farmed. I'm just going to go hit camps.
I mean, the hilarious thing, it probably wasn't even him that we're thinking of.
Maybe
We're just
not.
making this up. This
Yeah,
is
you're starting
alternate
to
universe.
second-guess yourself a little bit on names after a certain incident on our podcast
Yeah,
last
that was
night.
bad. That was really bad.
Unfortunate, but fortunately for us, we got both players' names wrong, which helps.
Pulverize onto
Oh,
Yuma,
that
not
was
quite enough. Gets the
very
attribute
close.
shift off and now turns into the big bad Primal Beast with the trample. Not enough to really do much damage to Nico, but reinforcements have arrived, and there's the Noxious Plague from Whisper. Attempted TP, but they have the vision and they cancel the TP as a result. So Tims will drop to the deck, and Heroic keeping the pace up. Nico has to onslaught. Well, going for the kill, actually. This is a really nice pickup if he can get up the ice path. Nicely placed from KJ. Does die to the casual right click, but it might be at the cost of Nico's life. But Yuma waveforms to the wrong side of the trees and loses a kill as a result. That one hurts for Heroic.
Juked, I guess.
Well, Yuma juked himself, really. So, silver lining, I suppose, for OG.
Yeah, they need some of those right now. All eyes on Whisper still. He went Atos first. Interesting choice.
Is that considered a debuff?
While the target is rooted, it should be. Yeah. So for 2 seconds. Skem's going to pull his Hellbear in to see him die.
Yep.
And die with him.
Doesn't feel like a Gleipnir hero, though. Does it?
No, he might not upgrade it. It's something that sucks about playing Veno as a core is the hero's stat gains are really bad to get tanky. So if you don't want to buy Vessel, you're kind of missing this one item that gives you some decent health. This is one way to get it. The Atos is quite cost-efficient health. Of course, Vitality Booster for a slot is not bad. And then he's going to go Ags after, which is obviously another way to get HP. But one of the really big upsides to the Atos is the matchup against Primal, like we talked about.
Go. Gale hits Atos. Beautiful timing. That is the reveal. This Divide will be the trade across the map.
He sent 4 heroes to kill him.
Get that gold. Get them gold bags.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, I wonder if Whisper would buy this Atos if it wasn't for the Primal. If that's the only reason that he bought it. It's obviously hard counters that matchup. You just Gale him, if he tries to charge away, you Atos, and he's dead. And he has a Blink queued up. He could afford it now, but I think he will go for the Ags first and just get all of those nice stats up.
Yeah.
Get the upgraded Septic Shock.
Yeah, so that'll increase the damage per debuff by 25% once he has it. I always found this one to be one of the more interesting concepts in the game.
Oh, he will go Dagger. All right.
Okay, well, they'll certainly have the initiation on their side. And perhaps that decision-making is based on the fact that Devi is not going Blink anytime soon because he has Helm and looks like he's going for Lotus before the Blink Dagger.
Yep. I mean, I don't mind it. When you're having this good of a game on Veno, you might as well fully lean into it and try to run the map with it too, instead of just farming. Obviously, when you do commit for this, you are making the choice of lowering your farm a little bit to focus more on ganks.
You know,
assuming he wants to play with Schofield.
Did you watch that video with Devi and Slacks creating that hero?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
That's Veno right now. Atos, Blink.
If he went drums, I would have had a good laugh at it. But yeah. He already has the boots, though, so...
Yeah.
The Devi build, you have no boots, which is very ironic. When it's a Devi build, you would think that's the number one
once
item.
he gets the agility blink, then he can sell the boots, right? Noxious Plague onto Nico.
He's dead.
And, I mean, Tim's is in the area, but Yuma turns into the Primal again. Good disruption to buy some time. Primal with the ult on top as well. Yuma getting pretty low, but the attribute shift finally kicks in. And Nico will tick out eventually. Actually dies to the neutral creeps. Very nicely done. Whisper super low, blinks to safety as Yopaj is galed up. KJ with that Spirit Vessel applied. Oh, they actually get the stun mid-onslaught onto Yuma, and that's a big kill for OG. And Yopaj picking up that gold on the dead corpse and dies shortly after. Whisper still alive. Trying to provide some form of assistance to Schofield as he fights off this dragon, getting him stuck inside the shards. Devi.
Snowball.
All yet. Yeah, it looks like the DK is going to die. Will it be to the creeps? No, it's the choppity chop from Devi.
Absolutely crucial that Whisper gets out there for Heroic. He did so much work with no HP. After the blink, he gets an Atos in, he gets more long-range damage, he keeps just... He's just winning the fight, really. Oh, look at Schofield. Oh, heavens, look at the time. It's 14 o'clock. Oh, damn it. They also looked at the time. 4K lead
Not
for Heroic,
Clockwork
though.
this time, though. But
that's right.
It's still like Clockwork. Yeah, so this is going to be the first Wisdom Shrine that Heroic actually gets this game, but on their side, of course.
Yeah, he'll get it on Yuma and continue to farm up in the jungle.
Look at the farm on Nature's Prophet, by the way. Yopaj has not recovered.
No.
This hasn't picked up enough bags of gold yet.
Yeah, this is, I think, to put it bluntly, this is just not good enough for a last pick, right? This is not what they imagined when they picked this, or they wouldn't have done it. So Mission failed on that account. Scam gonna die to one of everything.
Yes, he will. Waveform comes in to finish the job. KJ looks like he'll be the sacrifice. The rest should be able to walk away safely. Some members coming through the gate. Maybe they want to stick around and have a round 2. Disruption. Get some nice illusions of the Morphling. Already popped that attribute shift, though, as Natsumi trying to fight his way out. But there's the call from Divai. A good ult from the Primal, actually, so they will take out Yuma, but it's going to be to the cost of Natsumi. As Schofield trying to run away, but see the onslaught from Nico is more than enough. And finally, the Hand of God comes in. Must have just come off cooldown. As Timms gets stuck inside the wards. And Divide will stick around with one more call. And get that kill pretty easily. This fight apparently will never end, but that is the biggest kill of the game. Yopaj takes out Whisper. Much needed, and looting his corpse as well. Still one left. Yeah, well, what can you do?
It was hidden. We can see it because we have the top-down view, but obviously Prophet, with his own eyes, can't really see what's below in the water. So he had no idea. Yeah, that's a big kill, like you said. Prophet recovering a bit from that. Gained about 1,000 gold in this exchange in total. Did a lot of damage too, as you can see. The Vessel, the Wrath of Nature really coming into play, and they're getting a lot of value out of Nico as well. I think his Primal Beast play so far in this game has been really solid. Even though there was a clutch Atos from Whisper on the initiation, he still managed to find good impact in the fight.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But it's going to get harder now for the side of OG as Divai has picked up the Lotus. Going to make things trickier for both Primal and DK.
Yeah, it's just so weird seeing an Axe not have Blink yet.
Yeah, the times that we've seen this, it's generally been...
What?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, that is another big kill for OG, and you can see the net worth getting close to equalizing now.
Back-to-back deaths on Yuma.
Yeah,
pretty
that is very
uncharacteristic.
costly.
He has been one of the most improved players in the last year, in my opinion. Doesn't often have games like this, but in this one, a little bit of a slip-up in that situation. Fortunately for him, his two teammates on the other two cores are doing great.
Yeah. Divai shows up, has the Lotus. Spirit Vessel applied after the fact. Divai taking so much damage from this DK, but a nice Macro Pyre Ice Path combination. Divai finding the distance to live. No, ticks out eventually. Yopaj doing a lot of damage with the Blade Mail, but in the end, it's 2 core members of OG dead. Nico a little bit too late to the party, but the good news, he picks up the money bags. That's all he cares about. As Heroic, not sure how much more they have left in their bag here. Now a killing spree for Nico after getting off to a very, very slow start in lane.
Yep. He's recovered pretty well too. Kind of crazy to see Morphling 5th on net worth after the laning stage, where he was smashing it. No pun intended against Primal.
Is under attack.
Well, Divai is now officially going for a Blink Dagger.
Yeah.
I feel like it would have been incredible to have already in this game. Very hard to play that hero without it. But looking at his farm, he's not really missing a beat. It's just more for these teamfight situations. Just certain heroes, Blink Dagger is just absolutely required. I mean, you could argue Centaur's not even one of those heroes anymore. You get Axe, it's like a pseudo ability spell, but Axe, it's just required.
Yeah, the only Axe builds we've seen that didn't go Dagger second was...
Is that the right-click build?
Was Dom
Gold
Pipe,
Shard?
right?
What's that?
There's been Dom Pipe this tournament in a couple games from 33, for example.
Yeah, but you eventually go Blink still.
Yeah, you do, eventually. Sure. Even Carry Axe back then was going it.
Yeah, sure.
That's a while.
Man,
while
I
ago.
missed that.
That was pretty. It was pretty cool. So when was it you got attacks to cause spins? Was that
Shard.
It was just the shard?
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Now Nico getting the ult off. And the snowball is going to delay this death, but it will be a death. Nico gets credit for it, and the tier 1 to follow. And he's getting close to the BKB.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Talking about required items for heroes. That's one for him. Natsumi slowed. Whisper biding his time. Not going to fully commit as Yopaj actually shows up. Might able to find a connection though. And that's now a mass TP for Heroic.
Whisper has changed his item build again. So he was queuing up Ags, and then he was like, nah,
Oh, more debuffs.
I'll get Shiva's first. This is also a great item for the build, obviously, with the Septic Shock, but I feel like you generally would get the Ags beforehand.
Wasn't there a bug before when you popped Shiva's? It was like 5 debuffs or something.
Yeah, that got fixed. I believe there was... That might have been Shiva's indeed. It was kind of crazy.
So for Shiva's, when you actually pop it, it counts as 2 debuffs? Because of the passive?
I believe so. The slow is 1,
Yeah.
and the healing reduction is 1. And the aura is 1. It might
Oh,
be
you're
3.
saying it's 3.
It might be 3. I'm actually not positive about this.
I figured it would be 2.
I'll try to keep an eye on it. If he Shivas someone, we'll see it.
Yeah, I'm sure you're going to forget about that.
I will
in 5
remember,
seconds.
as always.
Yeah, okay. Now Yopaj does get punched in the air, pops the blade mail, and they just run away.
Dire are scanning.
Yeah. Shiva's complete.
I just need to see him Shiva creep.
Yeah, keep it up, Cinderella. You got one job.
Of course, he's not doing it. Thanks.
Why use it on creep, Cinderella?
Oh, you can pull both camps together. It's actually decently efficient.
All right. Boarding expedition for Nico and company. Schofield pops the smoke. There's the pulverize, and that should be an easy kill. 3K lead for OG. They've really flipped the script in this game. It looked like Heroic were going to run away with it, but again, OG.
I just got a message on Steam from a friend of mine saying each item can only count for 1 debuff max.
Oh, you're kidding.
I don't know how trustworthy that guy is, though. His name is Gunnar. I don't know. I
Never heard of him.
feel like he doesn't know anything.
That's kind of lame.
I don't think it was that way on
No.
release of this ability. I think that was one way they nerfed it, and we just forgot that that's what they did.
Yeah,
Oh,
so Natsumi taking a full ult from the Veno and now completely surrounded. He's used the DK form, gets chopped by Devi. A nice kill for Heroic. That's all they're going to get here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's a nice kill, though. I mean, that's...
Heroic realizing that Tormentor is in fact dead will now be going through the
Oh.
gate. Devi has a shard on the way. And Nico has that 9-second BKB. I'm sure he's shown it already, but... Oh, Schofield wants to die. Blinks right into the arms of Nico. KJ's nearby, but...
They will oblige.
Too late. Absolutely. Yopaj. Okay.
That one is the bigger one, though. This was
Yes.
not the plan. That
Spirit
they also
Vessel
got
onto Whisper, and wrong place, wrong time for him.
Can he weasel his way out of this?
Blink is
Actually?
up. Ooh, it goes on cooldown for
It's
a moment.
fine.
He has it up. He's good. On the cliff.
I didn't drop a banana, though. That's a 0 out of 10 TP.
Does he have that taunt?
Does anyone not have that?
Devi
Would you ever play
wants
that
to
hero
kill off the
without it?
creep wave. Yopaj, though, shows up with Natsumi in human form. Not so fearsome,
He
but
slows
still
him, though.
packing a punch, and that is going to be a nice pickup for Yopaj, along with the gold. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's good. He's learned from either himself or whoever actually played that hero incorrectly that one game we were casting.
That's a decent chance that he got like 100 messages on social media from Filipino fans saying, the casters told you to pick up the money.
That's right. Show me the money, baby.
And he was like, the casters are always right. Of course I will pick up the money. Okay.
All right, OG
I
gonna
should
get
pick
a
up the
freebie.
Aegis.
Yeah, who gets this?
Natsumi.
All right.
There's something to be said when you're playing Frost Dragon form. I actually think this is the best version of DK to give Aegis to, because in human form you still have the ability to stick on a target at the very least.
Yeah.
How much is the slow again? 35%. It's actually quite a lot. And you can at least try to stick on your target of choice. Obviously, the reason he picked it this game was the more, but has its benefits. And although Heroic had this great start with their Veno dominating the map, he is now not really ahead anymore. And everybody on the OG side is actually looking quite healthy. In particular, of course, Skem, who is stupid farmed on Chen.
Radiant are scanning.
Up to 11,000 net worth.
Yeah, he's a core. Oh, nice ice path, though. With the Veno to follow, and Divide jumping in with the Berserker's Call and the double dunk. That is Aegis down and out. Whisper, though, sprouted up with the Spirit Vessel. Looks like he's going to find the distance. No, but he's greeted by Chen instead. So that's a big death on the Heroic side. And now Yuma biding his time. Divide again with the call. DK, life number 2, doesn't have Dragon form yet, has the double Battle Hunger applied. I'm going to try to reset if they can. Divide and the rest of Heroic very low on HP. But another call comes in from Divide. Do they have the follow-up? Divide just dies for this, though. And the ice path, that's going to be the end of it. That was not how it was supposed to be scripted for Heroic.
Yeah, he misheard the communication from Schofield, which was, I'm going to die. And he thought he said, you're going to die. And then played Schofield's role in that fight. Well, in reality, neither of them had to. They could have got out cleanly on the rest of the heroes, but yeah, at least for the side of Heroic, taking away the Aegis there is not all that bad. With that follow-through, you see... Starting to see a little bit of the cracks in the damage department. As soon as Veno's out of the fight, these calls are not really leading to much, because Morph isn't quite there yet.
Pulverize.
And
oh
now he's further away.
Another death for Yuma.
And King Jungles.
Yes, he's collateral damage, but 4 deaths now for the Morphling. That is too costly. And Whisper, he's found. It's going to take a lot of effort to bring him down. He uses the Hurricane Pike to the high ground. As they're going to apply some pressure now to the Chen, and there comes the Primal Beast on top of Whisper. Big kill for OG. The chop is successful for Divide, but he's outnumbered and outgunned and will die as well. So 4 deaths for Heroic at the cost of just the Chen. Make it a full team wipe. Why not? Schofield. Well, he does have TP and shards to potentially block. Rocks will miss. Okay, he will get out, but it's just a support.
Yeah. This is pretty much the inverted fight of what Heroic wants. The one guy getting out is Schofield. So not all that great. And again, Yuma just being eaten alive this game by Primal Beast. After a good laning stage, they've done such a good job. And would you believe it, the side with Chen is once again up 10k at 25 minutes.
Yeah, they asked for it.
As if it's reliable that it happens seemingly every game. I mean, he does account for about 6k of their lead, to be fair, so it is largely self-inflicted. He's almost got the pipe as well. Drums, Solar, Mech, Pipe, and Shard for the Ancient Creeps at 28 minutes. We were talking in the green room about the Chen Ags. If we do get late enough, I really hope we get to see it in a game like this. Theoretically, honestly, very, very good against a hero like Veno, who does a ton of spread damage to a lot of allied heroes, and then you just stand there channeling your big bad voodoo.
How many people get that reference?
The ones I want to reach, you know?
Oldies?
I cast for people over 30. If you're younger than that, there's another cast for you. Well, there isn't, but, you know, what can you do?
Well, there's
Shout
other
out to Fart Brat. I think he's in his 20s. He's the one guy I wanted to hear that. I bet he won't.
He's not listening.
There's no way that guy's listening.
Worry.
It's all good, though. It's all good, G.
Yeah, us talent are very obsessed with him, actually.
That's a good question.
Very
How big of a percentage, if you had to guess, how big of a percentage of the audience for Dota 2 tournaments do you think has played Warcraft 3?
Oh, it's lower than 50%.
Lower than 50.
Yeah. So, I mean, in terms of player base all time, of course it's going to be higher than 50. But currently, yeah,
Okay.
I think less for sure. There's OG with an enormous lead here. Gonna be a bit till the next Roche spawns, though. But they will still group up, and they should be able to take this tier 2. They won't have a wave to go any further, but I'm not sure if they even wanted to. Natsumi has Aghanim Scepter, so Black Dragon activated, has the terrain walk, and increases the level of his passive. Very, very strong. Used to give 40% magic, or 60% maybe, magic resistance.
That sounds a bit too high. I don't know if it ever gave 60.
It was 40. I'm thinking of Centaur Ags, which gave 60% damage reduction.
Yeah, that was crazy. Oh,
Whisper found again. Pops the Shivas and then dies. Boy. I mean, he's still quite farmed, but...
Nico just doesn't miss this game.
Yeah, he's been on top.
Nice rock throw as well. Oh, that's a solid blink from Schofield. Nicely done.
Yeah.
We'll get out narrowly.
Well, while this was happening, Natsumi also gets a shard for his troubles of killing the Tormy. So Fireball. It should be an Ice Ball when you're in this.
Frost Ball. Snowball.
Sure.
That's confusing. He's playing against Tusk. They can fight over who has the bigger one.
I mean, he should create like a little ice rink where heroes, instead of taking damage over time, they just can't control where they're going. It's like they're on ice skates.
That actually sounds hilarious. A slide mechanic.
I
think we need water physics. We need water physics too.
We had that for the hero that we did, Penguin Commando, Cinderin. You voiced it.
Did people slide
Yeah,
when? Oh,
that was
that's
the
right.
W.
Actually. I do remember now.
Some genius designer came up with that concept.
Yeah.
Really good.
Also came up with Jeremy Kahn.
Yeah, that was genius too. Became Mars after all. Schofield caught and dead again.
When's
Now
the
we see
last
the
time
purple.
anything good happened for Heroic?
It's dropped off a cliff. I mean, it
It's
feels like
not.
the Venomancer, I don't know. I mean, I feel like Whisper did so much early game and then nothing happened. Is it a hero thing? Maybe it's an item and he didn't get the Ags early enough, actually?
The hero's just very volatile when played as a mid. You're either riding the wave of this massive advantage you have early, or you drop. It's kind of shares that problem with Huskar, right? Where you are meant to win a lot of lanes and get really strong and control the flow of the game, but if you ever slip up and lose momentum, it can be hard to get it back, especially when your carry is having a tough game, which, you know, wasn't really expected for Yuma in this one. It's just not been his game this time around. A couple of the deaths to Primal Beast have slowed him down drastically. Now he has the Butterfly. He still has a decent-ish inventory. It's not terrible by any means. Whisper currently has an Ags, and in his quick buy he also has Ags. I hope he doesn't buy it.
I hope so. That sounds
No,
awesome.
actually, I also hope he does.
I mean, what if Ags just had levels to it? That's a future update. I could see that.
Huh. And then you just buy it. What would you buy to upgrade it? Another full scepter?
Yeah, like any Ags that full scepter. Any Ags you buy just combined with the same Ags, and it's like...
And then Alchemist can get infinite GPM.
Yeah, that's right.
Nice. That's good. Another way for Slacks to grief Dota. Wonderful. I think maybe Whisper should buy a Pike here. Obviously, he still has nothing in his quick buy worth mentioning with the Ag still there, so... But I think being able to disengage at least semi-reliably from the Dragon Knight, it also is a debuff you place on the enemy, as Tusk will be caught once more. Can maybe place way out of this one. Nope.
We keep talking about this Whisper Ags. When's the last time he right-clicked an enemy hero? Genuinely.
That's a different problem.
It does feel like he needs BKB.
But that's what Pike does too, right? You get the attack range and having the reset position against multiple heroes. It's also nice against Primal. Like,
I feel like every situation in the last 15 minutes has been blink, Primal ult, and he's just dead. Like, he can't do anything.
I think... Okay.
Like somebody needs like a Lotus, Lincoln, something.
He's queuing up Orb of Blight, Orb of Frost.
Yeah,
Maybe this is his way of telling his team, I wish we could go into a time machine to 30 minutes ago, and I will buy these items and we will try again.
It is a cheap way to gain a bunch of extra damage here.
I would recommend Pike Scotty. I think. I would recommend
what
not
did I
getting
just
killed
say?
by Nico for the 15th time this game, but
Blink
alas, here we
Pulverize
are.
dead. Did not get a single right click off.
Again, the catch. He is the man of the game for sure. Nico has pulled out his maybe his best performance of the entire tournament in this individual game, and what a time to do it. If they win this one, they are guaranteed top 8 through the Swiss with 3-1 as the scoreline.
Go field.
Well, it was 35 minutes, so he's contractually obligated to go here.
Yeah, there's a point where it becomes too predictable.
If I'm playing against this guy, I'm checking that every time.
Yuma is surrounded. The Dragons are hitting.
He's dying again.
And that's a double kill for Yopaj. This Heroic has just fallen off a cliff as OG, after the first game dominant, you have to give them a ton of credit. That first game for a lot of teams would have been down and out, 0-2. They have come back with a vengeance and destroyed Heroic in games 2 and 3.
And at this point, the question is, what does Heroic do? If they go high ground here, do you burn the morph buyback for this? It's so crucial to get to the next stage for Yuma. He wants to get his silver edge to have a better fighting chance against the Dragon Knight, but like you can't fight 4v5 here. This is 2 lanes or a buyback, right?
Yeah.
I don't like. You have a banner for the first wave, Dragon Knight, Chen creeps. This push is quick. Now Vlad's as well. Satanic on Prophet, all the big items coming in. Oh, and a damage rune, and he has the 25 talent, so he can teleport again.
Very strong.
And he keeps canceling it, so he's not using his damage rune.
Now they get the disruption, so more illusions for the DK.
Why is Yopaj farming jungle instead of pushing the tower with this team? That's a little bit odd.
And he wants the money.
Sure. Maybe he feels like his position is too compromised if he's also hitting the racks, but imagine he's hitting the racks for 10 seconds with his DD.
Imagine. Divide jumps in, nice call onto a bunch of creeps.
Wow, nice.
Does a lot of damage to them. Now a Gale.
Oh, he hit something.
Shivas, that's right. Well, not a hero. He has not right-click a hero yet.
Oh, well, he did hit something.
All right, well, Heroic down 1 rack. Still 2.5 minutes on the Aegis, though, as the DK ult is what they're waiting for, and it's just about to come back up. Natsumi wants to re-enter the conversation. Link Dragon Tail on the Tusk. Snowball delays things. Yopaj instantly Berserker's called, though. Going to be quite a bit of damage, actually. Getting quite low as Nico with a BKB and the trample. Yopaj still leading the way with that Blade Mail and BKB, but the rest of Heroic just have to get back to base. They've lost 2, including 1 core. Pick up the gold bags. That is what the enemy is doing at this point.
They're so insanely tanky with their 2 Satanics and a snowball save. And all Chen's heals and auras. Like, look at any given hero on your screen right now. They've got like 9 buffs sitting on absolutely everybody in the team.
And OG, so far, the surprise of the tournament. Weren't sure what to expect, but they're going to end this group stage 3-1 as the Dragon Tail into the Pulverize, and Yuma one more death for the road.
Off.
As Whisper found 1 more time as well. They do have buybacks on both, but what's the point? This game is over. 30K lead for OG. And they're going to guarantee themselves top 8. Natsumi and company get the Mega Creeps. Now forcing the issue on these tier 4s. Buyback number 1 for Whisper. Yuma has to use his. 10 seconds for Divide. With that, OG going to respect things and reset a bit. Obviously still have the Aegis, and, well, the Dragon forms back in 8 seconds. That's probably when they can just go back in if they want.
Dare I say, if OG close this game out soon, this might be the most one-sided 2-1 that we've had. Every game has just been a stomp.
It's true.
I suppose in this game, Heroic did have a good fighting chance for like 15 to 20 minutes, but after that, it's literally like there was 1 team playing.
Costly.
Every single move.
The team with Chen, you mean?
Yep. That was going to be my second point is, I think maybe you just don't give this hero away anymore.
Yeah.
From what we've seen today.
DK jumps in all by himself, daring Heroic to do something about it. Just focus on the barracks instead, because it's worth more than these heroes at this point. Nice call from Divide, though. Doing quite a bit with that counter Helix, but the disruption is there. And the Morphling the first to fall in this fight.
He's just dead.
There's another Pulverize for the road as Whisper is going to go down to Natsumi's right click. Divai has to run away, and the GG's finally called. And OG, they're top 8 here at PGL Wallachia Season 6.
And Heroic, after a hot start to the series with a beatdown in Game 1, they lose 2 back-to-back.